Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Play TFTC Reimagined with Dev Commentary. I am Angel, and we're resuming Battle 7 with Mission 2. And today we're going to finally fly the TIE Defender. Really should update that little animation there with the recent model, because that's the old TIE Defender model you see spinning about there.
Treachery. Admiral Zaarin has turned against us and tried to destroy Lord Vader's ship as we finished off Harkov's fleet, and now we are unable to contact Coruscant to warn Emperor Palpatine of this new treachery. It's likely transmissions are being jammed in the local area, meaning the Emperor may be in serious danger. We can waste no time. The Imperial-class Star Destroyer Devastator will take us straight to Coruscant to ensure the Emperor's safety. Lord Vader is also trying to contact his flagship, the Super Star Destroyer Executor, directing them and its support fleet to Coruscant immediately.
Okay, yes, I know the Super Star Destroyer is actually a Star Dreadnought, but we tend to all call it an SSD or a Super Star Destroyer, so that's what I went with.
Will be designated Alpha 1 with 5 wingmen. Opposition is unknown at this stage, but if Zaarin's full command has turned with him, we could be facing anything the Imperial Navy has to offer, including other Star Destroyers. Admiral Zaarin has betrayed us and launched a coup against the Emperor. We cannot establish...
So I tried to put a little sense of urgency in this briefing. I don't know if that actually came through or not, but I just feel like it was, okay, some shit's going down. We must get to Coruscant as quickly as possible.
And most deadly stuff.
So this mission is, it's fairly similar to the original in terms of the structure. You're basically trapped by an interdictor as you try to go back and save the Emperor after Zaarin's coup attempt. But overall it's obviously a very different mission. Instead of just the interdictor and the Osprey, which actually no, sorry, it's you just end up flying a TIE Defender and the Osprey comes to try and help you, I think, in the original classic version. But the Osprey's not present in this one, so instead you're taking the Devastator with the remaining forces you have. The Harpax is left behind because we're going to say it's basically too damaged. The Harpax is present if you look here. If you look behind us, it's there. There it is. But yeah, she's not coming with us. She's staying behind. And you can see that's the red gas giant we were at. I just thought we'd go from a higher orbit this time. But that's actually how the background looks for the classic version, instead of doing it on a low orbit. But anyway, so here we go. We jump in and we're immediately interdicted. And I thought for this mission, it would be really cool if, we came out of hyperspace and we're just immediately under fire. There's no other mission quite like this at the moment, where we're just immediately surrounded as we come out of hyperspace. And so that's kind of the idea I went for. The Devastator is only on 50% shields, I think, and so it's a bit weaker to attack. But here we're surrounded by 4 Arquitans and a Star Frigate, or Heavy Frigate.
One less job to worry about.
And you must basically immediately try to take out the cruisers as quickly as possible. But this is our first rodeo in the TIE Defender, and this is where we really get ourselves a nice overpowered craft. This ship is even more powerful than the TIE Advanced. It's got the extra 2 ion cannons, it's got much heavier shielding, and it's faster, it's more maneuverable, and it's just a beast of a craft. Always good fun to fly, and it's very capable of engaging other capital ships and tanking the fire for a little while anyway. But yeah, in this mission, although you will be engaged by TIE Advanced, your main imperative is to try and assist in taking down these cruisers, because if you don't do anything, the Devastator is going to be probably too heavily damaged or destroyed. Because once you've dealt with this initial encirclement, there's a second heavy frigate protecting the interdictor, and that frigate's going to send some TIE bombers and more fighters in its way. So yeah, that's what you're going to deal with. But once this initial encirclement is dealt with, the mission is fairly easy after that. You and what's left of your friendly forces will deal with the heavy frigate. And yes, here's Lord Vader himself in the TIE Advanced X1, his own special TIE fighter. Yeah, that's me again, as in doing the voice. Vader's TIE is flagged as invincible, it can't be destroyed. I don't want the player worrying about his fighter because, you know, it has the same AI as any other kind of fighter here, even though it's on the top level. It can still easily be killed, and it's just going to be a frustrating game if you're going to try and babysit Vader. So he's invincible, he can just go do his own thing, which is nice because he can sort of absorb some fire and draw them in. It's also currently running on the older model. There is a new model for this fighter in the works, which will hopefully be done sometime in the next, I don't know, hopefully 2 or 3 months, along with all the other sort of TIE craft that were in X-Wing Alliance, the TIE experimentals. Because I do plan to use those TIE experimentals again in the future Reimagined. But I won't say any more on that just yet. There we go. There's that heavy frigate going down. This is a good mission for some close quarters capital combat.
Good work, Alpha 1. We've eliminated the immediate threat.
Also visually, as of 1.2, I decided to put this in a really kind of dark arena. So, you know, ships are much more in shadow, and it just seemed much cooler that, you know, you're surrounded and the ship's hull, the Devastator in particular, is just lit up with all these laser fire. It just makes it seem a bit more chaotic. If I could have one more thing, I wish I could have more environmental effects in the background, like lightning flashes. Now, technically, I can actually do that. I'd have to create some animation frames, but it doesn't really quite work as I'd want. It would have to be a lot of animation frames. They just keep looping, and so it would be very obvious they just keep repeating over and over. However, my main issue there was that there is no light source coming off these. If I want kind of nebula lightning flashes or some kind of external dynamic animation going on that I want to create light, I can't do that at the moment. It might be possible in the future, I don't know. But at the moment, yeah, I can't do that. But I would have thought that would have been very cool, you know, just fighting and you get these occasional lightning flashes. But yeah, not possible as it is. So, but yeah, we have this nice dark background. It does not have the usual Starfield background that you'd see in all the other missions so far. This is actually just using the stock Starfield if you don't actually put down a Starfield backdrop. So there's very few stars, as if we're in some sort of very thick nebula, or at least occlusion going on. But I think it looks really cool. There we go, some TIE bombers there to deal with. Devastator's holding up pretty well. Ooh, a few torpedo hits there. It's holding up. It's holding up. But I think that's it. I don't think any more real threat is now on the Devastator. I think maybe that's dealt with. It's just a case of dealing with this heavy frigate, and that's easy enough to deal with. As soon as this heavy frigate's down, the interdictor will run away. It is possible to engage and destroy the interdictor, but you need a lot of quick firepower because its hyperspace point is pretty much right next to it. So I think it flees if its shields drop. So it's very hard to kill it, but it is possible if you're mad. And of course, another benefit of having the ion cannons is, you can disable the starships, so it makes them even easier to kill. As I am doing right now. If you get close enough to those little blast marks, those potholes you're creating, there's actually little animations going on with the electricity effects and whatnot. That was recently added in the last version. But there we go, there's the second heavy frigate down. If you might notice that the names of those two heavy frigates, we've been with them before. When we were escorting that big convoy, and there goes the interdictor, when we were escorting that big convoy for Zaarin, those are the two same heavy frigates we were defending. The Inferno and the Starkiller. But, they're around no more. Let's get back to the Devastator. But yeah, this mission serves also, because the Devastator takes heavy fire. In the next mission, the Devastator's just too badly damaged, it can't jump to Coruscant, and that just leaves us with, well, TIE Defenders to go race to Coruscant. And again, lovely red alert flashing going on.
Once again, you have proven your superior flying skills and successfully evaded another trap set by Zaarin. Apparently, he had a contingency ready if his initial attempts to stop Vader during the battle with Harkov's forces failed, and had his own interdictor and support fleet lying in wait.
Yes. So Zaarin has already wasted, how many? 6, 8, 14 starships trying to stop Vader. Admittedly, all sort of light cruisers and heavy frigates. None of his big ships, because most of his big forces are over Coruscant right now. But yeah, 14 starships have been eliminated in trying to stop Vader, and we're still here. And yes, we've got the TIE Defender model now as well. Beautiful ship, beautiful ship. Another email from Vader with little concern for the Emperor's safety. But anyway, that was Battle 7 Mission 2. Join me next time for the final mission of Battle 7, where we go to Coruscant and rescue the Emperor. Until then, good hunting.